welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. This is Mental Health Matters with me. It's a brand new episode, and today we are going to get a little bit more deeper into things as we usually do, because the aim, of course, is to make sure that we are taking care of our mental health, we are taking care of our wellness, we are taking care of ourselves. And we are going to touch a bit more on self-sabotage. I believe I have spoken a lot about it, karma and lessons. So all these points are connected, but let's get to the bottom of self-sabotage. Let's refresh and get into what is self-sabotage. So without wasting any time, I think the most simple way to describe self-sabotage is when you think of yourself, when you think of people, when you think of anybody who ruins their own best moment, anyone who ruins their best opportunities, anybody who ruins a good moment that they have worked so hard for, and somehow they tend to blame other people. Somehow they tend to blame specific things and circumstances. But the truth of the matter is, they are responsible for ruining their own best moments. It's like, let's say you host a party, you're celebrating yourself, it's a birthday, you're celebrating something, and you are working so hard towards putting it together, organizing it, making sure everything is on point, making sure it's a vibe, everything is good. And at the very same party, you just so happen to maybe have a couple of drinks and then just get into this argument with someone or people, and you start chasing them out, you start attacking them, you start ruining the party. And that time you are Miss Party or Mr. Party. So if we think about sabotage, that's exactly what we tend to do sometimes as human beings, and for some, most of the time, because also the levels of self-sabotage are different. Some people self-sabotage every single thing they work towards. They self-sabotage anything that they put together for themselves. Some people, it depends on the situation. It depends, on a lot of factors. But all in all, when we self-sabotage, we are just ruining our best moment. You've worked so hard to achieve something. You've put in the work. You've done the work. You have invested your time, your energy, your resources. And at the end of the day, you ruin it because A, it could be too good to be true. B, you feel like you're not worth it. You feel like you don't deserve it. You can't believe how good it feels. So much so that you cannot own that feeling. You can't stand yourself feeling good and feeling like you deserve all the good stuff that you worked for. And here's the tricky part about self-sabotage. When people self-sabotage, they tend to blame other people. No, you ruined it. No, it's your fault. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have done that. Oh no, it shouldn't have rained today. Oh, I shouldn't have done, you shouldn't have done that. No, the organizers shouldn't have done this or done that. You tend to blame other people. Other people need to take responsibility. But what that screams is, you need to take accountability. You need to take responsibility, because the truth is, you were not feeling comfortable about the whole situation. You felt like this is too good to be true. It's too good to be true. Like, is it really happening to me? So let me ruin it because I'm not used to the good stuff. Also, trauma is really at the root and the base of self-sabotage. People that have been in bad situations, people that have grew up in lack, if you've always lacked, if you've been in I don't know, an abusive relationship or a relationship that was toxic, or a series of relationships that were toxic, when you finally get to be with someone that is honest, that is truthful, that is the opposite of what you're used to, you self sabotage because something is wrong. You know, it feels like, she's probably pretending. He's probably acting like she's a good person or he's a good person and he's not. He's probably going to drop the ball anytime soon. So let me do it first so that I don't get to experience the betrayal and the toxicity and the disappointments and whatever. So what I'm trying to say is that with self-sabotage, it could be that you don't trust people. And it could be that you think, sometimes it's people that tend to think people are fake. If you think about it, there are a group of people that tend to think that when you are genuine, when you come as you are, when you are who you are fake. No, something is wrong. No, she's hiding something or he's hiding something. Those people tend to self-sabotage because they are so used to toxic people. They are so used to fake people. They are so used to bad people. So if anyone does good and is truly good and is genuine, it feels like something is wrong. You know, so I need to end this thing now. I need to find a way to end it because I don't want to be disappointed just like in the last time and in the last time and the last time. Let me tell you something. I will always make um, examples with relationships. I will always make examples with relationships, whether it's comfortable for you or it's not comfortable. Unfortunately, relationships will and they continuously tell us about ourselves. The other person is constantly reflecting who you are. In a relationship, you get to really see who people are because it's challenging. So I'll always make that kind of example. And we see that a lot. We see that a lot. When someone is being honest and truthful and someone is genuinely a good person, no, something is wrong. She's hiding something. He's faking it behind the scenes, whatever. Those people self-sabotage a lot because they are so used to the bad, ugly, and distract, they're so used to so much destructive energy, bad energy, low vibrations, negativity, that they cannot stand positive energy, that they cannot stand it when someone positive is actually in their lives. It's like, oh, it's too good to be true. This is something that I cannot identify with. So it doesn't have to be with relationships only. Anything that you ruin because you feel like, but I'm not sure if this is for me. I'm not sure if this would work for me. It's like, let's say you had to win like a million rands, or you had to win the lottery or something. Let's just say you had to win the lottery, you had to win a lot of money, and you blow it. Actually, there is a show called I Blew It. So those people that just take that money and just blow it out of proportion. They don't sit down, they don't plan, they don't really take the time to just listen, to reflect as to, okay, what can I do so that this money can help me in the future? This money can grow, this money can sustain me. And they just blow it because that is an act of self-sabotage. It's like, ooh, I I've gotten used to so much poverty and lack, and this kind of money is not it's not for people like me. I don't deserve it. I don't think I can handle it. So the minute you're like, I don't think I can handle it, what happens? You do things that show and that prove that you cannot handle it. And then you blow it and it ends. And it's just a story that you tell. Oh, I once inherited, or I once got $1 million and million rands, and I didn't know uh, that I was being reckless, and I spent it recklessly and it ended, and that's it. So that is also an act of self-sabotage. Now, the most important thing out of everything that I've said is the why. It's not how you self-sabotage, it's why. So if we look at why, like I said, it could be that you feel that you don't deserve it. You grew up in lack. That is trauma as well. A lot of trauma, a lot of people that go through lack, poverty, abusive relationships, abusive situations. They grow up, they grow out of those situations, they work hard, but they self sabotage because they feel like they cannot identify with this new life, with this positive life. A low self esteem. If you feel like whenever you had to put yourself out there, people would judge you, people would mock you, you will self-sabotage every single time because you feel like you are not the perfect person, you do not look perfect, you do not fit the standards, so you always self-sabotage. Another issue, it could be the fact that you have lost your identity, or you are struggling, you have identity issues. And what I mean by identity issues is the fact that some people don't necessarily know who they are. They don't know who they are. And it could be based on a lot of things where you can identify yourself, and what you do is you try and fit in with every other person's identity and everything that you come across. You do everything because you can't figure out who you are. You are lost. And when you're lost, you will self-sabotage because you don't know who you are. You will not know whether this is something that you deserve, is something that is going to sustain you, something that is going to help you grow. And so you constantly self-sabotage. And this moves into karma. These are I'm very aware of the fact that all the things that I mostly talk about, they're very broad. It's difficult. It's challenging, I must say, for me to put myself out here and talk about these things. It's quite challenging. I have to go through a lot in my mind to try and find a way to not make it subjective, personal, because it's broad, it's too big. But karma in its most simplest form is the fact that whatever that you put out, you get back. Whatever that you put out, you get back. Whatever that you put out, the energy that you put out, you get back. And that greatly, greatly affects your mental health in ways that I myself cannot even explain. So if you are constantly having to associate yourself with a negative self-talk, ooh, I don't think I'm capable. Ooh, I don't think this is for me. What am I going to do? This is a new experience. I don't know how to handle it. I'm too tired. I don't think I deserve it. I don't know what to do. That is exactly what you are going to have to deal with in your reality, day in, day out, because that is what you're putting out. Remember, I've said it a couple of times. Your body, your mind, your spirit, they're all connected. Your body, your mind, your emotional system it's all correct. It's all connected. So whatever you tell your mind, it is transferred, right, into your body. It is transferred into your experiences. You get to live it. And that's what I mean by karma. Also, when you associate yourself with negative people, negative spaces, with people, things that are encouraging a specific lifestyle, a behavior, a pattern, a habit, you become that. It plays out in your life. It doesn't matter that, oh, they do it, but I don't do it. No, the fact that you're associating with those people, the fact that you're associated with those ideas, it's also how we think as the collective. I think Twitter is a very, very, I am still on Twitter. I'm not very active. I don't have a big following, of course. But I think Twitter is, or X, it's now called X. It's a very good example. That's where you get to see what is really happening with people mentally. That's where you get to see what is happening with people mentally. That's where you get to decipher. That's where you get to see the kind of lifestyle that people. And yes, people can fake it on social media. We've seen that so many times. But I'm talking about the ordinary person that is just like, let me share my thoughts, on the socials. Let me share my thoughts on X. Let me interact with people. Let me share my 2 cents. You can tell what kind of person this is. How does he think? How does she think? And in terms of himself or herself, how do they regard themselves? How do they regard themselves? And they constantly collect this karmic energy, this karma. They collect it because what happens is that you associate yourself with people that have the same thoughts, same pattern. It's like there are groups on Twitter or X. There are groups of people. Oh, this one is into this, or these ones are into that. And that is karmic because that they entertain is what plays out. I did share record an episode about what you entertain. You are more than welcome to check it out. But that episode, I believe, talks about this aspect of karma. It really does break down what is karma in case you are having difficulties with that. So whatever that you entertain, whatever that you put in your thoughts, if you're constantly negative, ooh, this person, if you constantly go around and say and judge people and say, I wouldn't say judge people because we all judge people ultimately. It depends whether this is good judgment or bad judgment. But if you're constantly criticizing people out of nothing and trying so hard to make people feel small and belittle them, that energy comes back to you. That energy comes back to you. You become what you don't want. You become what you don't like. If I decide that I don't like her, but I don't have a substantial reason, I don't have any substance as to why I don't like her, then I become what I don't like about her. I become what I don't like about her. So karma plays a very big role. And funny enough, when karma plays out, right, when you start having all these bad experiences because of the energy and the thoughts that you put out, the self-sabotage kicks in and you start self-sabotage. No, but she's accountable, but he's accountable. No, you are accountable. You are accountable for every thought. You are accountable for your actions. And I think the beauty of all of this is the fact that, are we able to learn lessons or are we not able to learn? Are we teachable or are we not teachable? It's very important to be teachable because you can teach and tell people what to do, where to be, what not to do, what's best for them. But are you teachable? Are you also willing to learn in as much as you teach? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to put yourself out there so that people can learn from you, so that you are teachable to others? You teach and you become teachable. So it's an exchange of energy. It is an exchange, like I said, also with karma. It's something karmic. So those are things that are connected to why we self-sabotage, and also the things that can help us to self-sabotage a bit less each and every day. So if you really take the time out to sit with yourself and start looking at all the things that you've missed, all the missed opportunities. Think about your dreams, think about your goals, think about where you want to be, and maybe think about the reasons why you are not there. Think about the reasons why you have lost some opportunities. Think about the reasons why things could be moving slow for you. Also, why things are moving fast. Because by doing that, you'll be able to detect whether you are the kind of person that self-sabotages. You'll be able to tell what kind of energy are you putting out? What are you doing? Who do you associate yourself with? What kind of conversations are you having? What do you take in? What information do you take in into your system, into your mind? And how's that working for you? So by just analyzing that and reflecting, I think you'll have an idea as to whether you self-sabotage and why. Remember, why is important, is the most important point, and then you get to the how. How do you actually self-sabotage each and every day? So thank you so much. It is in my best interest to try and simplify things, because the simpler it is, the more understanding we will gain. There's no point in me being scientific or technical about anything, because this is life, and life is a very simple experience, although it does become complex sometimes. So thank you so much for tuning in, for supporting this channel. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will definitely see you next time. Please take care of yourselves and see you. Bye.